Remember when we were younger, those Intuition razors that were like
yes,
soap on top of them?
Yeah. Hey guys, it's Stu-Ann and I'm here with Caroline. I'm very enamored and inspired by her. She's definitely a person that always has a smile on her face, and it's crazy because she juggles, like a lot of human beings, their daily job and make time and try to pursue what they want to do. And I think that that's incredible because a lot of people struggle with that, and you seem to do it so effortlessly.
Well, thank you.
And I feel like you have so much fun creating, and it's so fun to like hear just in general everyone's story, and I really would love to hear yours because
you're so nice.
No, but it's
so nice.
True though. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this is Caroline. She's gonna talk to you and share her little story.
My name's Caroline Dunaway.
You have been in New York City just over a year now, and when I think about you, I think of how hard you hustle and how hard you work, and it's so admirable. I just wanted to talk to you about how you juggle everything. You have a normal job, and you also started your own sketch comedy channel, which is so incredible, and I wanted to talk about that too. So first off, let's go back to moving to New York City.
So I grew up in Arizona, and then I went to school. I went to film school in Los Angeles, and then I moved to New York.
What made you move to New York?
Well, a few things. So in LA, I had written a musical that we put up, there's Magnus. Stop it, Magnus. My buddies and I made this big musical that we worked really hard on and put a lot of our just time and energy and effort into. We staged it in Hollywood, and it sold out in Hollywood, and then we restaged it in downtown LA and did pretty well there too. And a lot of people were telling me to take it to New York and see what I could do. And
hell yeah!
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So I'd also just always wanted to live in New York, so it seemed like at that time in my life things were coming together, and it just seemed like the right time to come here and try out this coast because it was a dream of mine. And I'd been in LA for a few good years. Since
you moved here, you got a job, of course.
Of course, got my day job.
Yeah, and what's your day job?
So I nanny quite a bit. That's sort of my side hustle.
I feel like you're always working. Like even right after this, you have to go to work.
I do. I'm gonna change out of these nice clothes and put on nanny clothes so that baby food and things can go on them, and then yeah, I'll go nanny after this.
The thing is, it's so incredible that you have your day job and work so much, but yet you still find time to do what you love, and I feel like a lot of people have struggled with that. So I think that right there, even though it seems so simple, it's like such a huge deal that you do that.
Thank you. Yeah, and I think too, a lot of people kind of misunderstand acting and hustling and how much work it really does take, because I don't know if I'm one to like dish out advice or anything, but I think a lot of times because of social media and the way we can frame our lives to look a bit more glamorous than they are, people leave out their day job and they only show the really cool, awesome things like I booked this, or I'm working on this project, which I totally understand, and I kind of do it too, because you don't really want to talk about your day job. But what gets ignored and overlooked a lot of the time is the hours that you're putting in nannying, or the hours that you're putting in at the coffee shop where you're a barista, and the really hard work that acting takes in other aspects of life, not just auditioning. Because auditioning is tiring too, but with being an actor comes a lot of side hustles that I think are commendable and kind of hard, and people should talk about them more. You know what I mean?
I completely agree. The fact that you do that is like incredible, and you are very good with time management, because you do find time to write these sketches and produce them and act in them, find days to shoot and coordinate everything, and it's just amazing. So I want you to talk about that, because that is incredibly exciting, and that's where your passion is.
Well, it's really fun. It's just really, it's really nice to think of, to be with friends and be riffing around on a stupid joke, and then think that's a sketch, that could be a really funny sketch, and then get together that weekend and make the sketch happen. And whether or not people watch it, I mean, luckily people have been watching these ones, and that's really cool. But I've also been in sketch groups where not that many people saw our videos, and it was just for us to laugh and have fun. But with Burnt Quiche, this current sketch group, it's been really fun to kind of riff with our buddies and just say, hey, that's funny. Do you want to get together this weekend or next weekend and turn that into a sketch? As the fellow members of the group, we felt kind of, I don't know, kind of stale in our day jobs, and we wanted to do something, wanted to make something. The main group right now is me, Doug, Ethan, and Nick, who I'm sure you'll talk to. We all have really sick, dark senses of humor and just weird. We're just weird people, and so we just started writing our weird ideas down, and that turned out to be okay. Some people think it's funny, so yeah.
What goes into each little project, each little sketch?
We all write, we all take turns writing. A lot of it too is iterations of a script, so someone will send out, like, I'll type up, this is my first draft of this idea, and then I'll send it out to the group, and then other members will send back their rewrites or send back their edits. And so with that system, it's very collaborative, which I like a lot because I'm definitely open to changing jokes and finding the better joke. There's usually sometimes only one draft if it's a quick sketch and we all like it. Other times there's 2 or 3 drafts, and then we pretty quickly put the planning in motion. It's pretty easy. We find some locations, we talk about who's going to be in each sketch. We buy props, usually from the dollar store, or if we have to order something specially. We just did a sketch about clowns, so that was our most costume intensive sketch so far, because clown gear, believe it or not, just isn't around. You actually have to go find it. It should be more widely available. I'm gonna write a letter to someone about that.
What keeps you motivated? What keeps you driven to keep doing that? Because that's so much. You're putting so much on your plate, and yet you walk around with a smile on your face and you're just so happy and you don't seem tired. And that right there is like amazing, and that's so lovely, and I love that about you.
On a very physical level, caffeine keeps me going. I think I'm not special in the sense that a lot of creative people feel a drive to create and make things and have an idea and turn that idea into something tangible and real. And I think that that's just part of being a creative person, is that you love the feeling of, oh, last week this was just an idea and this week it's a sketch, or 6 months ago this was a joke I had with my friends and now it's a one-act play. You naturally start to surround yourself with people who are like-minded in the sense that they want to make something happen and get something done. And the more you create, the more of those people you find who aren't just talking ideas, they're really ready to make something. And I think that's sort of what keeps me going, is that I love when thoughts become reality. I think that's really cool. And whatever the steps, whatever journey you have to go on to make your thought become a reality is such a cool learning lesson. And I learn so much every time I do that. And it just, creating things makes me laugh. Performing makes me, it makes me smile. I love to sing, and I'm kind of a ham. I like attention. I like people looking at me.
That right there, just like as a human being, it's so wonderful that you have found all these things that have made you happy. Because some people are like, don't know. And I think that the road to finding that out is like so exciting, and to pursue it and do it. And I just think it's incredible that you found it and you're working towards it every single day.
I think it's much more common to not know exactly what you want to do. I think most people, a lot of people I meet don't know exactly what they want to do, and that's very normal. But if you just try to start creating, it's such a good stepping stone to finding what you do want to do. And I think it's scary to create, and I think it's scary to make something isn't going to be perfect. I think that held me back with a lot of writing that I've done. And I remember doing the first few drafts of the musical I wrote, being terrified because I knew it was kind of amateur hour, because I'd never written a musical before. And even now the script still needs a lot of work and everything, but we did it. It's about the doing of it, not necessarily the doing of it super well. Mm-hmm. Because once you do it, you can be really proud of the fact that you got it done, and then you can perfect it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's what I think.
Yeah, I completely agree. I love that. Is there any positive quote that you would like to leave off?
Ooh, I have so many things. I'm so excited. But I'll try and I'll just try and pick one. If you are ever feeling like life is getting really heavy, or things aren't looking up or anything, just remember that life isn't really that serious. I feel like a lot of times if you find something funny in the world around you, or you take a step back and you laugh at yourself a little bit, everything brightens up and your world gets a little lighter. And I sometimes, when I'm really getting sick of myself, like if I'm throwing myself a pity party or just in a really grumpy mood, I'll listen to this song, Always Look on the Bright Side of Life by Monty Python. Personally, I think life is meant to be lived in a lighthearted way. So I guess always look on the bright side of life. Try and laugh at yourself. And if you don't want to laugh at yourself that day, which is totally fair, find something around you to laugh, you know, to have a giggle about, and your day will get brighter. And know that you're doing a good job too, because it's hard. Finding out what you love to do is hard enough in and of itself, and then doing what you love to do can be scary and intimidating. So if you're at least taking the first few steps, you're doing a great job. Yes. It was fun to do this. Yay. Yay.
I hope that you guys enjoyed that. And then also, excitingly enough, in the next few days, their sketch will be posted, the one that you were seeing BTS scenes of, with Craig directing. So that's exciting too.
Yeah, Yay! Craig he came in as an amazing director and editor too.
Yeah.
He's got many hidden talents.
Which was so lovely. That made him so happy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Made us happy.
But yeah, I hope that this inspires you, and I hope that you have an amazing rest of your week. I love you, and Magnus. I love you, and I will see you next week.
I thought of a quote that I love. There's an Oscar Wilde quote that's something along the lines of, "Life is much too important a thing to talk seriously about," which I thought was I like that one.
I love that.
Yeah, so there's that. That came to me later. I've got so many.